Welcome back to another video, everybody. This is Scotty, and today we're going to make a rooted dirt farm because that's what we're going to do. I haven't seen any for Minecraft Bedrock, and I decided to make it the challenge. Rooted dirt is acquired by growing an azalea tree. They grow underneath it here, so if you go and place on a block, an azalea, and we bone meal it, it grows, and there it is. Now the problem is, you got to get rid of the tree to get just the dirt. If you break the block and try to grow another tree, it will not grow no matter how hard you try. It'll just never grow. We need to clear out the top part of it. Let's go ahead and clear some of this out. There we go. That should be enough, and now this tree will grow. Yep, first try another tree. Now one thing it doesn't check for when growing an azalea is dirt. If you have a column of dirt above it like this, we're going to go up 4, and then bring it out like this. Actually put one more block down here, and do the same thing here. So what we're doing is we're putting this dirt in the place of where the branches could grow. Just like that. Then we come down here, and we try to grow the tree. It grows first try. We can plant another one. Same thing, it will grow. So when the azalea grows, it does not check for dirt above it, but if there's any other block above it, it will not grow. So dirt is the answer of how to make a rooted dirt farm. And with that knowledge, we can go ahead and turn on our system over here. We got a little moss generator down there. And this is our timer for our dispenser. And there we go. Oh. We don't want to place moss, we want to place the azalea. Just like that. So as soon as the stone turns to moss, we can place the azalea down. And the machine will grow it and push it forward. Let's go ahead and turn it off and give you an overview of how this is completely working. So up here is bone meal for our dispenser right there. Then over here is a little timer that I came up with, so it will redo it every so often. I currently have it set for 4. So right there's our dropper. We have a comparator on subtract mode here, making a clock, and it'll send one out. Every time an item gets sent out, it gets sent over here to this side, where it's triggering our dispenser to fire the bone meal. And then this here is also monitoring the dropper, so once it is empty, it will turn on that torch, which will then push this piston forward, breaking or moving the block, as well as a sticky piston up here, which will move the dispenser forward and back, pushing the block. And down here we have just a little redstone delay for another torch down there. Right there. That controls the sticky piston here, which will pull this hopper back to reload the dropper with the 4 items again, completing the circuit and starting over. It's a fairly simple little circuit there. Then over here, once it turns it off, it sends another signal this way to our stone generator. And this here is a very simple stone generator, and it is on demand, so every time it sends it, it only creates 1 block. And in theory, it doesn't need to be that far back. So you could have it all the way up to here if needed. It's just this far away for testing, because this will only make the moss block at the very end. Then here we have our outflow, which heads this direction to this torch. And when the block gets over the torch, it sends a signal to the pistons to push them each direction. They then head over here to an observer, which will then trigger it to push it up. As we go up, we have another observer at the top. This one is a little bit different because the piston will go in front of the observer and it will send a second signal, and we don't want that. So we're just doing 2 repeaters here, one on 1 tick and one on 2 ticks. So right here, to lock the repeater, so it only sends 1 pulse to all of the pistons here to push the block forward. Then once they get to the end here, we have the exact same system. The observer is sending the signal to the 2 repeaters, which will then send the signal up to all of the pistons. And then that is it. It pushes them forward. As for the rooted dirt side, it's the exact same thing, just mirrored. What I should probably do is put in an overflow protection down here to turn off the system once it fills up. That should easily be done. And that completes the overview of how this rooted dirt farm works. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video and it helps give you a better understanding of how to make a rooted dirt farm for Minecraft Bedrock. Thank you for watching.